Hi, my name's Melissa BellyDance. I really enjoy all styles of belly dance, really. I guess my preferred ones would be the ones that I teach, all my fusions and belly dance. But I guess as a performer, what I specialize in, I absolutely am in love with drum solos. I love dancing with sword, and I absolutely love Turkish style. I guess that depends on how people have come across me and how people know me. But some people come to my classes and they know me for the fusions. Some people have come to my classes and they know me for my belly dance and my belly dance techniques. Other people have seen me on YouTube and they know me for belly dance as well, I guess. And other people who've seen me perform will know me for my drum solos and for my sword. I guess, yeah, it depends on how you come across me and how you know me, I suppose. I do many fusions based upon my background as a dancer and things that I've studied in the past. I would say that my main fusions currently at the moment would be Tahitian Polynesian fusion, which is like Hawaiian mixed with belly dance, which is Tahitian styling. I do Latin belly dance hip hop. Used to be Brazilian belly dance samba, but now I kind of combine them together. So it's like hip hop and Latin and samba and all that juicy stuff in one class. We've got dark tribal, which is like really grungy, down, badass belly dance. Turkish, of course, Turkish. Belly balance yoga, which is another really cool one. I started off as really wanted to be a dancer when I was younger, and I started out with hip hop and street dance, as you do. Wanted to grow up and look at all the cool kids in the music videos and MTV and stuff like that. So I went into hip hop, commercial, street dance, and did that for a while. And my first big job was for Nike, which was amazing. It was a month-long dance documentary, filming a documentary with a guy called Sean Cheeseman, and he was like a main choreographer for Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, and a couple other people. So I had the pleasure of working with him for a month, and we filmed a music video and a documentary and stuff like that. It was an amazing experience. I learned a lot, an awful lot. It was killer. They were really tough. Actually, no, let's go back. I went on holiday to Egypt for a week, and a belly dancer came out, and I loved it. I thought, this is different. This is cool. And then I came back, and then I just decided, right, I'm going to be a belly dancer. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know styles, nothing. And I just said, right, yeah, I'm going to be a belly dancer, and that's kind of how. Well, with all my personal training background and learning about the muscles and stuff, that it was a great idea to apply muscular technique properly and safely to the belly dance movements, because of course you're using your muscles to, like for a Maya and a hip drop and a hip lift, you're actually using your muscles, and if you utilize your muscles properly, not only will your movement and technique be really like sound and technically correct and beautiful to look at, but obviously it'll be a lot safer for your back and for your joints and whatever else. But the second thing is that your movement quality also becomes something more spectacular, something more deep and more internal, and you're using more. So of course you're training your muscles, you're toning up, you're getting fit at the same time. Oh, my first belly dance job. Oh my God, that was awful. It wasn't awful. I learned a lot from it. But I think what I have to say is coming from a dance background of like commercial and hip hop, where you dance in a troupe or a company, and it was the style of the dance was very specific. It was very like beat oriented, a bit like a drum solo, I suppose, but it was so not at that time. And so we'd learn one thing, and you was about being not standing out from the group. You had to blend in, and you had to be like as one unit. So I was used to coming from that, and then going into all of a sudden doing a belly dance show that was me literally, all my own choreography, costume that I'd selected, music that I'd selected. It was really daunting, and you're going out there and you're performing for people who've hired you specifically, who've like gone, I want you, you're Melissa BellyDance, I want you, I've seen your pictures or I've seen your videos or whatever, and come and dance, I want to hire you. And so my first job was really scary, because you can't hide behind, now I love it, but you can't hide behind anybody, and again, it's just you. Like, that's one thing about belly dance, I think it creates a lot of freedom. The best belly dance gig that I can remember, I think I had many really fantastic experiences with many great people, but I think one that stands out probably the most for me in terms of all the different things that I learned and I got out of it was making my own DVDs. That was truly a milestone for me. Like, I've dreamed ever since I decided that I wanted to be a dancer, I dreamed of having my own DVD. It's just been like a goal of mine, and to achieve that was a huge thing. I had Mama Hero girls backing me and supporting my DVD, which was great. We had a few rehearsals leading up to it, and on the day you've got the lights, the camera, the action, and it was just an absolutely fascinating experience. And having to like set up the content from beginning to end was a challenge, but a really cool challenge, and it was awesome. Who inspires me? Oh, I think the most obvious answer to that would be my students. Yeah, I love my students. I learn so much from my students, actually. They give me so much. Like, I'll go to a class and obviously I'm teaching them, but that I learn so much from them. And sometimes I'll do a move wrong, and I'll remix something, and I'll just be like, oh my God, that was amazing. We're gonna have to do it like that now. Like, you've just given me an idea or inspired me, and I will use their ideas. Like, it's brilliant. Like, inspiration is such a cool thing, and I think the world, is a better place for inspiration, most definitely. Yes and no. I think there is definitely untapped talent in the UK that we could be, honouring our own, icons. I say icons, but our own people that are worth learning from, that have, studied and have their own style, and it's definitely worth learning from. But equally, there are people in other countries that, yes, like, who are well known for what they do. Yeah, bring them over. But I think don't overlook what we have here. Like, don't ignore what talent we have growing under our very feet. I think we need to support each other a lot more in the UK in particular. I don't know what it's like in other countries, but other countries seem to be a bit more supportive and encouraging of each other, and there seems to be a lot more collaborations going on with other dancers in other countries and other dance groups and so on. You seem to see them working quite closely together, and I think in the UK that doesn't really happen, and I'm not sure what people are afraid of, but I think we should get together more and support each other and help the UK belly dance scene grow more and do what we can to nourish it, I think there's a lot of misconceptions and a lot of negativity around the whole thing. I think people who've done belly dance before and have experienced it or have seen it or gone to classes, they understand, what it can be. But going from that question, I think the important thing for me is that, like I said before, is that there's some people that I know of in the world, around the world, including myself, that are really trying to push belly dance to be a respected art form. And I'm not necessarily just talking about the performers in restaurants or performers on stage or whatever. I'm talking about the technical training of a dancer. You have people that study ballet for years and jazz for years and all these art forms for years. And it takes years to be really good. And I think the thing is with belly dance that, yes, there are dancers that have trained really hard and are very good. But then there are also dancers that maybe have taken one or two belly dance classes and decide that they're all of a sudden they're a professional performer or that they're a professional teacher, and there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot that goes into being a belly dancer or a belly dance teacher, and there's a lot of safety that has to go into it, especially if you're teaching belly dance. You have to know your anatomy and you have to know about the body. Otherwise you're going to really hurt not only yourself but your students. So I think we need to be more responsible with it. And I think for me, one of my biggest goals is literally to teach my students properly and teach them how to execute movements properly and not just shaking this or shake that or whatever. I think it's time to build the art form and give it some respect and give it some technique, put it on the stage and make it appreciated and respected by other people. As a woman to belly dance, it means many things, actually. I think we can look at personally for me, when I've done previous dance styles, done like Latin and hip hop and a bit of cheerleading, I've even done a few things. And when I found belly dance, it was like finding myself. And I've always been quite a confident person, but it was like finding myself and going home, and then there's a spiritual level. I say spiritual, but there's a very therapeutic internal level that kind of happens when you belly dance. And it's hard to describe and put it into words, but it's special. It's almost magical. Not describe myself. It's part of me. I have hips, I have legs. It's a very rewarding dance. And then there's also the fitness side of it as well. I don't go to the gym. I don't go to the gym. I probably shouldn't say that. I don't use the gym. I've been a personal trainer. I started out in the gym. Now I just teach in the studios. I don't go to the gym. And all of my muscles, and I feel like I've really toned and trained myself. I've done it through BellyDance. Okay, so I filmed BellyDance Essentials DVD, and behind that was that I wanted it to be almost a companion, a training DVD that people could not just do once and then put on the shelf and leave there. I wanted people to be able to go back to it. I wanted it to be kind of challenging, where people could go and they could learn one thing, but then they could go back to it and they could develop. So BellyDance Essentials is a DVD about the essentials of belly dance. So you learn like your muscle techniques from the beginning that you're going to apply forever in belly dance, forever onwards. So that was that one. And then you have the Belly Dance Hip Hop Fusion DVD. Yes, you got that one. Which is another one that I was hoping would be a challenge for people that you can't just do it once. You'd have to do it a few times. I mean, you don't have to, but they've got different sections. So you've got the workout section, the training section, the drill section, choreography section, put it all together, blah, 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 blah. So you have, there's the Belly Dance Essentials, which is belly dance, and then Belly Hip Hop, which is fusions. The music was made for me especially for my DVD, which I feel very special about. Awesome. And you can get the DVDs on my website. We know it as the Dream Team, which is, I think, really cool. We're a really cool mixture of people. We all have our very, very own styles, our very, very different personalities, and we bring it together and put it on the stage. It's an inspiring experience, actually, and it's nice, you be yourself, okay, outside of company dreams, you are who you are, do you think? And then you go to rehearsals, and then when we work on unison stuff, it's hilarious because we have to be, someone dances like this, or someone dances like this, and I dance like this, and I flick my hair, and my friend, she's the same, she flicks her hair all the time. So we start off with some training, so obviously we do warm-up. We have technical training, so we do the ballet, jazz. Sometimes we have specialist teachers come in and train with us. And then the second half, this is like a typical rehearsal, the second half would be working on choreography. So either learning it, or cleaning it, or putting it together, workshopping it, whatever that might be. We had a really awesome experience just this week just gone, where we had like a live pianist came in, and we're having a piece of music composed for us, like literally for us. So they came in to watch us move, which was really interesting and inspiring as well, to watch each other's styles dance separately from the Company of Dreams. And then after he kind of dedicated instruments to us, I got drums. I don't know if it will say that way, but I got drums, and I was really, really happy about that. And then he did like a little play, I believe he just kind of made it up, but it was amazing on the piano, and we had to improvise to it. So improvising to a classical instrument rather than it being a belly dance song. I belly dance to everything anyway. I belly dance to anything, everything I belly dance to. It's kind of just become who I am now. But it was really interesting dancing to a live piano. It was awesome. There is a lot of things that people don't know about me, and that's a very difficult one, because where would I even begin? I don't like ice cream at all. I would rather chocolates over flowers any day.